breaking right now, the former President Donald Trump says that his ex-wife and the mother of his three oldest children, Ivana, has died. That was posted on Truth Social just a short time ago. He said, quote, "I'm very saddened to inform all of those that loved her, of which there are many, that Ivana Trump has passed away at her home in New York City. She was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led a great and inspirational life. Her pride and joy were her three children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. She was so proud of them, and they were all so proud of her. Rest in peace, Ivana," writes the former president, Donald Trump. Ivana Trump was born in Czechoslovakia. She was a model. She was a competitive skier in her home country and in Austria. She became a ski instructor and continued to model. Then she moved to New York, and she met Donald Trump in 1977. He was her second husband, and she went on to have, I believe, two other husbands after that. Here are some images of them. Geraldo Rivera joins me now, co-host of The Five. Geraldo, you are a legendary man about town in New York, as Donald Trump was, and at that time as well. Your thoughts on the passing of this woman who, you know, the country grew to know quite a bit about over the course of her lifetime?
Martha, this is stunning news, tragic news, sophisticated, elegant, a very strong personality. She really, if you see that strength in Ivanka, her daughter, you see where she got it from. Ivana, a wonderful, wonderful woman. She tolerated a lot of the nonsense of which you speak from the 1980s and the early 90s. When they did break up in '92, she was a guest on my daytime show, as was her former husband at various times. They had an epic divorce battle, but more than anything else, what they did, despite all of the odds, was raise three great children and never really told tales out of school about the other. They were loyal to the end. I mean, it is shocking news. 73 years old. Her apartment on the Upper East Side of New York apparently is where she went into cardiac arrest. They tried to revive her, I am told, obviously unsuccessfully. But this is a gut punch obviously for Ivanka, for Eric, and for Don Jr. and really the rest of the country. The wife of the former president was a very political, I should say, very public figure, not political, but stylish, trend-setting. But more than anything, she had a quiet, the class and elegance of which I speak, despite all of the provocation from her then Playboy husband and his carousing and Martha Maples and the best sex I ever had and all the rest of that. Ivana was poised, classy, and a great mom. And she taught those kids the strength you see in the Trump kids that comes from their mom, well, the mom and dad. But, I mean, she was a steady influence on them. And this is terrible news. She was really so young. It is staggering to me, and I can't get my arms around it.
Yeah, it is very sad. And obviously, the two of them were one of the great power couples of the 80s. And she went on during their marriage to take on major roles in the Trump organization, which, of course, all of her children would go on to do as well. It was very much a family business as they all worked together. She was a senior executive there for 7 years. She was the manager at the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan. So their work and their lives were very integrated. And as you say, she is definitely credited with, one thing that people always say about the former president is that, that they admire the way that they raised their family. The children are close. They all have worked in the family business. And of course, we know that, Ivanka went on to work alongside her father at the White House, and they all remain very close, very united. And that they've all stayed very close with their mother from everything that I've heard and covered over the course of the years. She did go on to marry two more times after she and Donald divorced. It's an interesting time to look back on because it really was, the time when his business was sort of boom and bust at one point, right, Geraldo? And she was with him through all of that.
Definitely. His business was a wild roller coaster. It was like the cyclone roller coaster at Coney Island, up and down, and Deer broke, and then flush. But you make a point, and you don't want to bury it, that this was a strong, solid businesswoman, a professional woman, as well as being, beautiful and elegant and sophisticated and all the rest of that. She was much more than just a pretty face.
Ivana Marie Trump, née Zelenikova, was married to Donald Trump and has passed away today in New York City. Geraldo, thank you for being with us. We'll have more to come on this story as Fox News continues its coverage. That's the story for this Thursday.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.